Hello, my friends. This time I'm going to translate or say in English what I just said in Spanish because I think that the information is important. I have to, I have a consultation tomorrow with my specialist, and in this case, it's a specialist in rheumatoid arthritis, which has been accompanying me for quite a few years. And I haven't seen the doctor since perhaps 3 or 4 years ago. And at my age, I tend to forget. And if I have to, just put him up to date with something, I will probably leave something out. And it could be that I leave something very important out. So I am finally doing something that I used to recommend my elderly patients many, many years ago when I wasn't elderly. I used to recommend to have them prepare a list of the a list of the medications that they were taking, all the medications, the milligrams of each one, the the milligrams, the schedule, and also add any recent events. Like in my case, I had a heart attack and I had a stent put on my heart, and then I came down with glaucoma, which I didn't have at that time when I visited the doctor the first time. And of course, I was not taking as many medications as I'm taking now. And anyway, the important thing here is that the doctor has a good update of how I'm doing. In addition to that, I'm including the lab results that the latest lab results. These ones are from a bit less than a month ago when I had an angina that ended up being chondritis, which hurt just as much, and more labs. And I also included the latest electrocardiogram. So this should be able to give him a pretty good idea of how I'm doing. Now, what is, in my case, my concern? Uh, this ailment, this rheumatoid arthritis, is an autoimmune disease. It's not supposed to get better, it's supposed to get worse. And when I asked the doctor at that time what could be done, he told me that the only thing that he could really offer that was effective was a corticoid treatment. And I definitely was not going to take corticoids. There are too many side effects for that. And there's something called biological medications, which are just as bad. So, but the thing is that with all the medications that I'm taking right now, I have to be very careful, or the doctor has to be very careful with the interactions between the medications. For example, I'm taking a blood thinner, which in this case is called Plavix. That's a commercial name here in Panama, Plavix, and it's a blood thinner. So I have to be careful not to take another blood thinner on top of that because it could really make a mess. And at the beginning, the cardiologist prescribed both things: a blood thin, this Plavix, plus cardioaspirin for children, which is also blood thinner. And in a couple of days, I was peeing with blood. And well, I told the cardiologist, and he withdrew the cardioaspirin right away, and the problem was fixed. And but not too long ago, I well, I had been taking for some time to help me to sleep. I thought so. I was taking melatonin, 3 milligrams. Old people tend to have a lessening, a decrease of this hormone, the sleep hormone. And sometimes it's recommended to take between 1 and 3 grams to regulate the sleep time. So here I was taking this, and then I started taking Plavix. I had not read anything about the interaction between melatonin and blood thinners. And one day I went to pee, and after peeing, I started having a real, honest to goodness hemorrhage. And I must have lost, a little pack of blood, about the amount that they transfuse to you. So that means that I lost a lot of blood. And we called the urologist, and the urologist said that that should fix itself as long as I took a lot of water. And thinking that it was probably something in the penis area, some sort of I don't know, muscular disruption or rupture or whatever. But no, apparently it wasn't that. But yes, after drinking all this water for 24 hours, a lot of water, the thing became fixed. And I ended up being, very, very, very weak, extremely weak. And I became curious. I had read somewhere at some time, I don't remember when, that melatonin was not supposed to be taken with a blood thinner. And because this is what could happen. And I wasn't aware of it. I really, it hadn't dawned on me, I hadn't taken it seriously. So I talked over with my son, and my son, the psychiatrist, told me that the truth is that melatonin was not considered a sleep inducer per se, even though it was taken once in a while for fixing the sleep schedule. But I had overdone it. So it's then I have glaucoma, and I once in a while take one of these medications for allergies. The only one I can take is loratadine, 10 milligrams, which is rather low. But guess what? Loratadine is completely forbidden in cases like mine, where I have straight angle or not wide angle of vision. And well, I lost my right eye, so we're taking care of the left eye, so the angle of the opening of the eye has could become really disrupted with the loratadine. So as you see, there's a lot of medication interaction that the doctor has to know. If I go to this appointment without all this information, I'm going to forget about it, and he may prescribe something that may harm me. And the truth is that in this relationship between patient and doctor, it's a 50-50 relationship. The doctor has to do his part, but the patient has the obligation to give the right information for the doctor to be able to proceed correctly. Remember, the physician is not a magician. He cannot guess. He has to go on your symptoms. And some of your symptoms you can express, some you may cannot express, and then he has to check it out with all the modern technology. But well, this is something that I wanted to say in English because I think it's very, very important. I know that I have friends in English and some subscribers that only speak English. And this information is very important. So I wanted to share it with you. Oh, by the way, I want to thank all of you for subscribing. I received a notification from YouTube a couple of days ago saying that congratulating me, saying that I had more than 100 subscriptions or subscribers, which really blew my mind because I never thought that in Spanish mainly people would be interested in anything that I would say. And in English, well, if I spoke on only in English or to an English audience, perhaps I would get more subscribers. But well, I'm not interested in really that part. I'm just interested in giving information that will lead to mental health to people who are interested in mental health and who, well, perhaps might enjoy the way I say things. Okay, so it's been nice getting in touch with you, and well, keep on subscribing. Okay, thank you very much, and see you around. Bye bye. Whoops.